edition of Flea Market Fantasy, the world's second greatest Bronze Age era comic book podcast. Joining me as always is new Michael, Kevin, Jack.
I'm here, Mike Dell, and I gotta say, I'm more worried than ever for our pal Tuffy, who was a known
Yeah,
smoker. And this book that we're reading this week has taught me that apparently the worst part about smoking is the fact that it inevitably leads to illegal gambling.
that is clearly the worst part of the smoking.
Yeah,
Uh,
not the
but yeah,
health risks. It's the fact that pipeline straight to illegal gambling and the mafia.
tell the kids what we're reading today.
Today we're reading a book called Spider-Man, Storm and Power Man.
Yes,
There's not even an issue number because it's just kind of a one-shot giveaway comic that they would give
that's right.
away at schools.
Yeah, I think it was first published in 1982, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah,
I think that's about
as far
right.
as I could tell, anyway.
So yeah, the whole story is to steer kids away from the dangers of cigarettes. So
Yeah.
if we should give this to our pal Tuffy, and excuse me, I've been smoking before the show, and it causes me.
You like
But
to nap and smoke. That's not a good combo.
yes, but if you or someone you love is still smoking cigarettes in the year 2026, show them this comic book issue. It will scare them straight.
Boy, will it.
So, all right, that's what we'll get into here today. But before we do that, let's remind everybody if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. We're up to 450 subscribers. So we picked up
Woo!
a couple
All
more.
right. That's a big anniversary number right there. Yeah.
Yeah, 450. Yeah. We could charge a quarter more for this episode in the old days. Comic books.
Yep.
But
Double size, maybe a couple different covers.
I doubt this issue is going to be double sized because there's not much to talk about with
What
Spider-Man,
are
Power
you
Man,
talking
Superman.
about? This was dynamite. Well
So,
written.
uh, but yeah, if we get to 500 subscribers, Jank is going to make me read The Dark Knight Returns, and
Hmm.
I really don't want to do that.
Oh,
So
we're so close now.
yeah,
Uh, Getting there.
so close. Also, here at the top though, let me say that our buddy Bad Benson reached out to me on the Twitters,
Oh,
and he gave me a suggestion for a book: Superheroes Battle Super Gorillas.
oh wow. How have we
Yeah,
not
it's
done that?
amazing. Yeah, but here's
Yeah.
the thing though. I was very excited for it. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to pick this next week. We're going to do this immediately. But
Hmm.
then when I dug into it, all the stories are reprints from the 1960s.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
this issue came out in the 70s, but each
Okay.
story it's a collection of stories though from the 1960s.
I
I
feel like we
don't
have used
think
that loophole before.
I think we did once with the Inhumans. There's an Inhumans
Yeah.
reprint. Um, but
So there is some
I don't
precedent
know.
there.
We'll have to send this up the chain of command. We'll have to
Yeah.
debate
Check with the
this.
rules committee and
Yeah, but because superheroes versus super. This is a DC publication here, and so yeah, I very excited when I saw that. But I don't know.
Also, how long is this? Is this like a trade paperback of all these
There,
monkey issues and it's like 180
see,
pages?
here's the thing. He sent me an image of a book that said giant superheroes versus or superheroes battle super gorillas, and it's like I can't remember who was on the cover, but it's like the usual suspects: Superman, Batman, Flash,
Sure.
and then like a big monkey or something, right? And I was like, oh, this sounds awesome. So I tried to find it on the site we use to read the books, and I couldn't find that. But then I found
Hmm.
an issue of DC Special, maybe issue 16 from 1975, and it has again superheroes battle super gorillas.
Oh,
But it's
this was a
but it's a
theme.
different but it's a different cover, and so like it's a different cover image. So I don't know. They seem to be two different books, but I
Hmm.
can't track down the other one on the site we use. So
Okay. So like we only have one option then, sounds
yeah,
like.
but either way, maybe one day we'll do Super Gorillas, but fingers
Yeah.
crossed. We'll have to check with the committee. So, all right. Also, I have a book out there called Monkey Flip about a chimp detective. He's not a
Hmm.
super chimp. He's just a normal chimp who is a detective because everyone has to make ends meet. So yeah,
Is he a giant chimp at
no,
least?
he's not a giant chimp.
Oh man.
So all right, so this here issue, I had never heard of this Spider-Man, Storm, and Power Man, and it from Marvel, of course. But yeah, there's no number on it, no nothing. They don't even give a credit to a writer on this thing. No one
Yeah.
knows who wrote it.
Seems
And
like it
you,
was just written by the American Cancer Society. Is that possible?
I have no idea. John Romita Sr. is the artist, so that's always fun. But I could not track down who wrote this anywhere.
Yeah.
So,
No one wants their name on this. That's how you know it's
eh.
good.
And there's really no, usually this is the part of the show. Oh, I've been adding timestamps to the episodes, and
Hey.
I did not do that last week though because I forgot. But this is part of the show where
Did we
you
get a
we
lot of
would
angry letters?
no one noticed. No one noticed. But this is the part of the show where we give the history of the comic book and the characters, and there's nothing. This book has no history. It's just
Yeah. We've talked
uh,
about these characters many, many times.
we got nothing right here. Nothing. There's a new villain in this book called
That's right.
Smokescreen, but
Ooh.
this is his first and only appearance, so can't really learn too much about him because no one knows anything about him. Yeah.
No. Yeah, there's not even an origin for him here or
No,
anything like.
no. Like they don't tell you anything about this guy
No, he really is
except
a minor factor in the whole story, to be honest. Like they kind of forget about him till the very end.
but apparently he's tied in with the mob and he's found like the best way to earn money when you're on the mob is to bet on high school relay races. That's how you
And
make
get
all
the
your money.
runners addicted to smoking so that they don't do
It's,
as well.
it's a long it's a long-term plan. You know, start them off
Yep.
on smoking so many years from now their lungs will deteriorate.
Well,
And
first you got to get their girlfriends to smoke.
yes,
Then the
obviously.
girlfriend will get them
Obviously.
to
Yeah.
smoke.
Yes. Sorry, let's just get right into this. Why don't you describe the cover for us, Jay? Oh, well, you know
Okay.
what? There is some backstory here. Remind the kids how because I never heard of this. How did you find out about this?
Sure. This is a book. I think I had a couple of these probably when I was a kid because I feel like maybe fourth through sixth grade, this was just something they would give you every year just to try to get kids to not smoke. Um, so I remember this
Mm.
very vividly from my childhood. I'm sure I still have a copy floating around somewhere in like a filing cabinet. Um, it was probably my introduction. I certainly the first time I ever heard of Luke Cage was this book.
Really?
So
That is
yeah.
shameful. That is
Yeah, I
shameful.
know. It's not good. Not the best.
Uh,
Not getting him off to a strong start, that's for sure.
yeah, it is an
But
odd
yeah,
combination of heroes: Spider-Man, Power Man, and Storm.
it sure is, and it
And
gets weirder once you read the book, and you're like, wait a minute, why was Storm
why is
here?
Storm? Yes,
Yeah.
Storm like you could have done this just as easily with Spider-Man and Power Man, or
Yeah.
just Spider-Man. But either
Yep.
way, it could have worked. Because really, Spider-Man doesn't do much in this either. Like he's
Yeah.
um, it's
Yeah, we'll talk about that more when
all
we
right.
get there, but boy oh boy,
The
this
only
was
thing I
definitely
can
something.
Oh, I'm sorry. The only thing I can remember like similar to this when I was a kid was that there's a Spider-Man book about fighting tooth decay. And like
Oh, wow.
if you went to the dentist when I was a kid, I remember I went to the dentist and like after you're done, he let you go over to like this a toy chest, like a treasure chest, like you're a
Yeah.
pirate. You could lift it up and pick out a toy or something from there, and they would have the Spider-Man comic book in there. So I of course took the Spider-Man comic book. Uh,
Nice. But it was about him fighting tooth decay.
yeah, so I was like, where's the Green Goblin? Kind of miss it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
He's got to
so I
fight
was
the
excited.
scourge known as gingivitis.
That's right. So yeah, they never handed these out in my school though. So you were a lucky child.
Yeah, you
You were a
missed
lucky
out.
child. Yeah. All right, so yeah, describe the cover there for us, Shank.
Okay, so we got a little banner across the top says Marvel Comics Group and a green banner there. And we got no real corner box, but we do have the little heads Spider-Man, Storm, and Power Man there. So they're just kind of free floating. And it says Spider-Man in yellow, And then Storm and Power Man both get the same font in like white letters with red. I guess they're just lesser
Oh,
characters. So like, yeah,
slightly different fonts. Slightly different fonts.
that's
What
true. Yeah, same
Power
color scheme,
Man's
but different
yeah,
fonts.
Power Man's in italics a little bit.
Yeah.
And but yeah, same color scheme though.
They had the whole basic package of MS Word. They could do, wow, we can do italics.
And,
Cool.
yeah, so
And
but only Spider-Man is on the cover in terms of the heroes though.
yeah, yeah. And we get a blue background, and there's a bunch of smoke. And you see Spider-Man kind of, I guess, dropping it. He doesn't really look like he's swinging so much, just kind of coming down slowly. And there's a couple of track runners. They're wearing yellow and green uniforms. And there's a guy behind them who is, the titular Smokescreen there. And he's a dopey looking guy in like a black costume. It's kind of got some orange and yellow going on. He's got a lot of he's wearing a lot of bracelets, this guy. He's one of those guys.
One of those guys.
And and he's apparently making all this smoke. And so it says Spider-Man, Storm, and Power Man. And then at the bottom it says Battle Smokescreen.
Yes, Smokescreen.
Hmm.
And one of the few things I could find out about this book was that they chose Storm and Power Man, and because they wanted to appeal to African American youths. And the
Mm.
main character in the book is a young man who is a track star who is African American. So like, let's really try and wipe out the scourge of smoking among the African American youths. So
Yep.
good for Marvel trying to do that, but I don't know if
I
it was
mean, again,
successful.
Power Man would make sense, but Storm, maybe not so
Yeah,
much.
I guess they were trying to like appeal to girls as well with Storm, maybe.
I guess
But
so. Yeah. She really
uh,
has no effect on the story at all.
well, no, she kind of does because she fails miserably at what she's supposed to do and gets
Yeah.
captured, and then she
Storm, who's used to
escapes.
battling like Magneto and Apocalypse, but she can't handle a guy who
Well,
makes a little bit of smoke.
this is pre-apocalypse in
That's
fairness,
true.
she hasn't,
But yeah.
Uh, but yeah, Smokescreen KOs her, and then she does escape, and then tells Power Man and Spider-Man about their plan. And then, so yeah, she does play a pivotal role in the story.
He's a narc. That's her role here.
But all right, so we open it up, and we get a splash page here, a three-panel, like divided up, and it's the origin of the Amazing Spider-Man. And it says, during a science exhibition, student Peter Parker was bitten by a radioactive spider. He gained the proportionate strength, speed, and agility of a spider. Designing a costume and a pair of special web shooters, he devoted his life to fighting crime as Spider-Man. So that's pretty cool. And
Yeah.
then we get one of the origin of Storm. Born a mutant, Storm has the power to control wind and weather. I almost said mind and weather. Wind and weather. She can soar through the sky, and she can make lightning or cause the clouds to rain. And this is Goddess Storm with the long white hair, not the Mohawk Storm.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have almost made more sense if it was Mohawk Storm, but
Yeah, it would have
not
actually,
yet.
but
Yeah.
she's not getting KO'd. But Mohawk Storm's not getting KO'd by a smoke screen, though. She's tough,
Hell no.
definitely. And then the final one, the origin of Power Man. This is my favorite because it says Luke Cage took part in a secret experiment that gave him great power.
Yeah.
Now he fights
Pretty
crime
vague.
as Power Man. They show him bending a piece of steel. But here's the thing they leave out that experiment happened in prison. He
Yeah.
was in prison,
It's
kids.
kind of key. They don't even
In
mention like, oh,
prison.
if I didn't have a picture of it, I wouldn't know what the experiment involves because they don't explain like at least Spider-Man, oh, radioactive spider bit him. Like, okay, that's part of the story, but this is just like an experiment. Don't ask questions.
Yeah, he's
Or we're
lying
not
on
going to
like
tell you
a
what his powers are, other than it gave him great power.
he's lying on a hospital bed. There's some other dude pulling a switch, but we don't really know what's happening. And yeah, but he was in prison when that happened. But you can't
Yeah.
tell the kids that, I guess. All right, so now we open it up. Smokescreen is the name of the story. Oh, it's chapter one
Oh.
because they divided the story that is 15 pages total into chapters.
Hey, even back
So,
then, kids had short attention spans.
Peter Parker is at a high school track meet And or at least is this just, yeah, is this an actual meet or is it just a practice? I don't know what's going
It seems like practice, I
on.
guess.
Yeah. And he's there to cover for the Daily Bugle because if it's one thing the readers of the Daily Bugle demand, it's high school track practice reports.
Yep.
He's there to get photos. And the
Well, when
coach of
everyone's betting on this so, deeply, you got to give people
uh,
the info,
and
the
the
inside
coach of
scoop.
the team helping out as a volunteer coach is Power Man. And he shows up to coach the team in his superhero outfit with the big yellow butterfly collar satin shirt, the little metal headband, the yellow boots, blue pants, and giant chain wrapped around his waist.
Yep.
That's just,
How else do you coach things?
yeah. They won't respect him if he doesn't dress like that. You have to dress to get their attention, right? So,
Gotta wear a nice Richard Simmons headband.
but he's having trouble. His star athlete, a guy named Brett, is struggling, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, "What's happening, Brett? You seemed to just fold out there." And Brett's like, "Hey, man, I got winded. I stayed out late last night and didn't and don't stop to eat anything today. And don't, oh, that's a didn't. Okay, that
Didn't.
looks
Yeah.
like an O, but it's the I and the D are very close together.
Oh, yeah. I see
Yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah.
Yep.
I didn't stop to eat anything today. But then Brett's got a girlfriend,
Oh,
Carol.
yeah.
She's kind of sassy.
Foul temptress.
Yeah. She sneaks over here and she's like defending Brett. She says, "Well, what's the hassle? Brett can outrun any of the other kids. He's just taking it easy." And then Brett whispers, "Come on, Carol. I need a cigarette." I've heard our buddy Tuffy say that numerous times.
Yep. Even just while podcasting, he gets winded and needs to
Yes.
go have a cigarette.
Oh, and then Peter Parker's like, "So that's Brett Jackson. He's kind of edgy. He's kind of edgy."
That's Peter Parker for you. Finger on the pulse of what's going on
Well,
with the
he is
kids.
wearing his khakis, red checked short sleeve shirt, and a vest, a sweater vest
Yeah.
over his shirt.
It's almost like they
Yeah, he's a
thought he was
snazzy
Jimmy
dresser.
Olsen.
Yes, very much so. So Power Man says Brett used to be the best, but he's got some real problems with himself. Look, Parker, I know you're here for the Bugle. Don't let any of this out. And don't is underlined. Give me time
Yep.
to handle things my way. My is underlined. So,
Hmm.
yeah, you can't let this story break to the Daily Bugle because we will be on the front page of every newspaper in town if they
Be a
know that
laughing
Brett,
stock.
a high school track athlete, got winded. Everyone would be so upset. There'd be riots in the street
He's the
that
nation's
Brett
hero.
got winded. All right, Jake, and then we turn it over. What happens on the next page here?
So Brett and Karen, they're just abandoning their
Carol,
friends. They're like,
Carol,
Carol,
Brett and
yeah.
Carol. Yeah.
They're just like, you know what? I gotta go. And yeah, the one girl's like, there's a blonde girl who's like, no thanks, I have my homework. If I don't get it done, I won't get enough rest to keep in shape. Besides, I don't think smoke-filled rooms are very nice.
Yeah, and
And
then
Brett's
Brett
just like, hey,
responds
what's
to
up?
her,
What's up her
but
ass?
he says, look at what exactly he says though. Chi, Chee with an exclamation point. I wonder what's eating Amy. What the hell does
Yeah.
chi mean?
Well, maybe he was hanging
Chi.
out with Luke Cage's buddy Iron Fist and
But that's
to focus his
CHI.
chi. I know.
Chi.
Yeah.
Is that some cool slang term from the 70s that I don't remember? Oh, this is 1982 though. I don't know.
I
Chi.
mean, this book was written by people who don't smoke, so clearly they're not very cool.
So yeah, so anyway, so Power Man though, he decides he's gonna track Brett to see what he's doing, right?
Yep.
And they go to the South Side Social Club.
He's like, I hate spying like this, mostly because I'm wearing a bright yellow shirt, so it's pretty hard to not be spotted.
Uh, so who does Brett go hang out with?
Uh, so Brett, I guess, is in like the Foot Clan from like the 1990s Ninja Turtles movie, where like there's just bad guys running a secret like underground arcade pool hall thing that they let kids come and smoke and just do whatever they want. And they're like, okay, we like young faces around here. Have a cigarette. Maybe your friend would like one. And this little blonde kid's like, hey, yeah, why not?
Yeah, this is like a
Seems like really
middle-aged
cool.
a white fat guy, balding, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Yeah, come on, kids, hang out with me." Now, this is probably my favorite panel in
Take
the
your
book
pants
coming up.
off. Why not?
No, no, us cool adults wear pants. Come on. But the next page is my favorite panel in the entire book. Meanwhile, on the roof above,
Yep.
and Power Man is hanging upside down from the roof, trying to peek in the window of this social club. And he's like, "This isn't my usual style, but I've got to get a look inside this joint." He's hanging upside down.
uh, he also, I don't know if
Spider
this is the scan, but seems to have one green hand. So I don't know. He's got
is
gangrene going on over there. He's gonna get that amputated.
turning into the Hulk, and it's like, let's face it, a wall crawler, you're not. And he's like, "Huh? Who's there?" It's Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man swings in, and
Yeah.
Brett, he's telling, or Power Man's telling him all about Brett. And when I started work with the team this past autumn, Brett was a young athlete with a dream of the Olympics. He was good, but something happened to him. He began to change. That's when he
Uh-oh.
met Carol. He began hanging out with some strange friends of hers, keeping late hours and skipping practice. And he started smoking. Oh no, this Brett's heading for trouble.
Can't skip
And
pracky.
oh, that's exactly what Luke Cage says. I think the kid is in for some kind of trouble. Wow, me and Luke Cage think exactly
Yeah.
alike. Now, this is another.
You might want to get your hand checked out, see if it's green.
I had no idea what this next thing is because Spider-Man, Spidey sense is tingling. He's like, oh, my spider sense is suddenly tingling. Quick, we've got to hide. Someone's coming. And they duck behind like a little thing on the roof. And some guys come up on the roof and like, Jake thought he heard something up here on the roof. Ah, he's just jumpy. Bet it was a cat or something. Let's go back in. And they go back in. And so what was the point of any of that? Like
Yeah.
nothing happened.
I guess they just wanted to get in that Spider-Man had spider sense. Not that it really comes into
Uh,
play much later. I guess, well,
yeah, I
it
never.
kind of helps him against Smokescreen a little, I guess.
Oh, that's true. But and then Power Man says, "It's worse than I thought. I gotta do something." And Spider-Man
Yeah.
says, "You're
Spider-Man.
too well, you're too well known to keep an eye on them, Power Man. They'll recognize you, but I know someone who might be able to keep tabs on them."
Yeah.
So
So
who
you
does he
figure,
get,
oh, he's got
Giant?
to get, he's probably going to call up his buddy Daredevil. Like, Daredevil can, he's like a ninja. He can get places. He can listen in on conversations. Like, he can hear what's going on inside that building. He doesn't even have to get in there.
Or
So
maybe
probably
you could find
Daredevil.
some other younger like hero who could blend in with the high school crowd, and maybe
Yeah.
make like a 21 Jump Street situation. But
Or maybe, like, if you're going to get an X-Man, maybe you get Nightcrawler. He's real
or Kitty
stealthy. He
Pride.
blends into the shadows. Like,
Get Kitty Pride. Should be a
yeah.
perfect fit.
Yep.
But who does he get instead?
Instead, for some reason, he decides we got to get Storm in on this. The lady who flies around by making giant gusts of wind. That's
And keep
super
in mind,
stealthy.
she's a beautiful statuesque black woman with long white hair who wears
Who is
go-go boots up
scantily
to her
clad.
knees. Yes, and a bathing suit on top. No one will notice her. No one will
No.
notice her. And
This is
does
the
Spider-Man
dumbest
even
idea I've
know
ever heard.
Storm? Do,
I
do
mean,
they
I'm
have they
sure
ever
he
interacted
does.
at this point?
Yeah.
Can you think of a
Uh,
time when Spider-Man would have interacted with the X-Men at this point?
wasn't there like an early on thing where like it involved like arcade and Spider-Man and the X-Men?
Oh, that's possible. Yep.
Yep.
There was one when she became, or remember that whole thing with the Morlocks when they wasn't Spider-Man involved in that, like Caliban, and they had that
I don't
whole.
think he was involved in that, no.
I don't think he was, wasn't he? But it was like a
But
two-issue
also,
thing.
hadn't like Marvel team up started by now, so I'm sure there's a ton of team ups
Oh,
with
that's
every X-Man
possible.
at that point.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah,
possibility. Yeah.
they needed to team him up with someone else every month, so I'm sure they got to everybody.
But oh, you know what? Maybe I was thinking of maybe it wasn't the Morlocks. It was that guy Pro Rata. That's the guy who with Howard the Duck. Remember he took over like New York and he made it all like a big. I think it was issues
Oh, yeah, yeah,
192 and
yeah.
193.
Yep. Yep, I know what you're talking
But
about. Yeah, that wizard guy. Yeah.
yeah, I think Spider-Man was involved in that one. But I
I
think that would
think you're
probably
right.
been
Yeah.
after this though. But
That would have
either
been
way,
Mohawk Storm by that point. Yeah. So
yeah. All right. So anyway, yeah, he says Storm. He brings Storm in. And this is also my favorite thing because Luke Cage says, "It's a pleasure to meet you, Storm, but I still don't know. These boys look pretty tough." And she's like, "Oh, do not worry, Mr. Cage. I think I can take care of myself." And she just whips him into a tree trunk with a wind blast. She just,
yeah,
I don't know if you needed to almost
dick
kill the
move.
man. Yeah, you could have just. Luckily, she knows Luke Cage is super strong, I guess. But yeah, could have killed him. And he's like, "Okay,
I mean,
okay."
really, he just has super strong skin. That's not going to help his organs from shattering.
He's also super strong. He has super strong,
Yeah.
strength and everything. But yeah, I don't know what that means for his organs. Yeah, that's a good point. Um, he survives, thankfully, and
Yeah. He's got to. He's got to fight Mr. Fish soon. So.
yeah, that's right. And he says, "I think the best thing is to put them under surveillance first." This is Spider-Man talking. So we're sure of getting their whole operation. And Storm says, "And if anything happens, I'll let you know." Now we take a break the next day in science class. And we see the kids learning all about the lungs and how they work.
hmm
And then the teacher's explaining how oxygen, goes from the heart, pumps it through the lungs under the cells, and your blood needs it carries oxygen, and blah 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 blah. And then there's the short and long term effects of smoking, and
Yeah.
the immediate effects: constriction of blood vessels, lowering of skin temperature, increased heart rate 5 to 21 beats per minute, increased blood pressure, increased level of carbon monoxide in blood, lower level of oxygen in blood, causes clumping of platelets, muscle tension, creates hand trembling. Oh no, I think I've been smoking. I have all those signs.
Inability to get up off the floor.
I had no idea I've been smoking. Long-term effects, shortened life expectancy, 8.3 times higher risk of lung cancer.
That's quite the stat.
I'm going to read all these in case someone out there is listening and smokes, so they will be scared straight.
That's right.
2.9 to 17.7 times risk of larynx cancer.
Oh, not the larynx. That's my favorite lynx.
3 to 10 times greater risk of mouth cancer. 2 to 9 times greater risk of cancer of esophagus. 7 to 10
Mm.
times greater risk of bladder cancer.
Oh,
How are
wow.
you smoking that cigarette exactly?
Any hole will do.
2 to 5 times greater risk of pancreatic cancer. 120,000 unnecessary deaths due to coronary heart disease. 4 to 25 times greater risk of death due to pulmonary heart disease. Smoking mothers have more babies born dead and lower birth weight. Increased incidence of peptic ulcers. They throw that in
Oh,
there too.
no.
Greatly increases risk of heart attack in women taking birth control pills. Oh yeah, well, that's seems like a fun night, just popping birth control pills and smoking darts.
Yeah.
That's a good time.
Sounds like a good lady.
So Brett, after hearing all this, he stands up, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm not feeling too well. I guess I stayed out a little late last night." Yeah, really, the problem here with Brett is he stays
Yeah.
out too late. He's not getting
Yeah.
enough sleep. Smoke all the dark you want, just get in a good night's sleep, and you'll be fine.
Yep, you're not wrong.
And right in the class, in front of everybody else in class, the teacher says, "Brett, your grades have really been slipping. You better give some thought to the way the way your decisions are affecting your life." Man, what a
Mm.
creep that teacher is. So then Power
She's no
Man is
Mr. Cotter.
she's talking to like the I don't know, the school secretary or something, and they're looking through all the files, and they're digging into Carol Hunter, his girlfriend's files, and
Mhm.
she was a straight A student. Suddenly, here she is
Till
making
she started
C's,
smoking. Yep.
even D's, and missing classes.
Uh-oh.
Then the lady says, "Have you looked at Brett's record? It's beginning to look the same. We might have to pull him off the track team. You might have to pull him off Carol, is what you might have to do.
Yeah. They're just a
Pearl."
toxic couple. They should not be together. They're ruining each other's
And
lives.
so what happens here? They're going to the park or something. I don't
The kids are like razzing him like, "Hey, well, how come you suck now?" And he's like, "Ah, don't worry, I'll turn it on for the big track meet.
remember.
Don't you worry."
And yeah, Amy, that blonde from earlier, she says, "Hey, you used to be a hero, but you didn't brag about it all the time." Um,
Yeah. So
because he said,
cigarettes
"I'll,"
also make you arrogant, apparently.
as he says, "I'll be a hero," and then Dean will get off my back about grades. Um, Brett says, "I don't know what's gotten into you guys. I don't have time for a bunch of losers. I'm cutting out." This Brett guy seems pretty cool. I don't know, he seems pretty
Yeah. I wish Brett was played by like a young Tracy Morgan.
cool.
He's like, "I'm gonna get that thing pregnant."
That would be pretty good. So, but he'd have to be built like present day Tracy Morgan and
Yeah.
still run track. That'd be awesome.
That
All
would be
right.
something to see.
So seconds later, he goes back to that social club with the guy who looks like Lex Luthor, and
Yeah, he
giving him
really
the
does.
cigarettes. And he says, "Hey, Brett, go on in. We'll see you later." So yeah, Brett goes in. But who's watching? It's Storm. She's levitating above the buildings, just floating in the sky, tracking them. No
Nobody
one's
notices
noticed.
the mini tornado that's probably keeping her up there.
Why is that beautiful woman just hovering in the sky? What's happening? No one notices her.
Uh,
Which she goes down and she sneaks into this social club. And the good sign of a social club is that they never have the lights on. So when she
yeah.
goes in the door, everything's like pitch dark.
Oh God. Yeah, nothing Storm likes more than dark enclosed spaces.
Yes, she's a wee bit claustrophobic for those who don't know.
Yep.
And so she's walking around and uh, she overhears the one guy says, "Hey, boss, where are you? We brought you good news." And the one guy says, "Yeah, we have the punk fooled. There's no way that kid can win the race, but all the outside money's on him. Our betting operation is about to clean up." How much of
Uh,
like a DraftKings business do you think is high school relay races?
probably about as much as Turkish handball,
Yeah, in
but
fairness, I probably have bet on a high school relay race once or
yep.
twice. So,
You absolutely have. You're contributing to smoking.
oh, now I feel terrible. And Storm's overhearing this, but suddenly there's just a bunch of smoke everywhere. And she starts coughing, like some kind of smoke, gas, but I can use my powers to ugh. She gets cracked in the back of the head and she gets knocked unconscious.
Yep.
And we see a shadowy figure in the smoke cloud says, "Just now I am not ready to have the world know of my existence. But soon enough the world shall hear of the man called Smokescreen." Dun dun dun. That's the end of chapter one.
Yep. Because now we got a good page of infotainment here.
This
This
is
this
great.
was
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Take it away, Jack.
Holy hell. Okay, so first it starts off with some window shopping fun. James is considering stopping smoking. One reason is that buying cigarettes consumes most of James' money. Or Jamie. Jamie's spending money each week. Figure along with Jamie in the examples below. If cigarettes cost 75 cents per pack, how many packs would equal a $3 book? A 450 movie. That must be nice. I wish they were only 450 still. $6 record. $18 digital watch. Holy hell, that's real cheap. Or $300 stereo. And then they're adding some extra layers here. Bonus, if Jamie smokes at least 4 packs of cigarettes a week, how long would it take him to be able to buy each of the items above if he quit smoking today?
Okay, first of all, I don't know if this is
So,
having the same effect that they think it's going to have because, like,
yeah.
if I could either buy, you know, 5 packs of cigarettes or a book, I'm buying 5 packs of cigarettes. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. The book is not going to give you that much enjoyment.
I could get a stereo, or I could get like 50
I could buy
packs
a
of
truck of
cigarettes.
cigarettes. Yeah. All those trucks of cigarettes they stole in Goodfellas, you can buy one of those.
Uh, I'd rather have a truck of cigarettes.
Yeah,
All
you go
right.
to prison like those are currency. So this is where it gets really good. This was one of the most amazing things I've ever read, to be honest. So we got classroom activities here. They want to, teach you the dangerous effects of smoking. So they have some questions here. Does smoking raise or lower body temperature? Now, I'm pretty sure that was on the
Yeah, it
chalkboard
was. Yeah.
earlier, so we don't really need to know this, but they want you to get hands-on experience. So, how to find the answer? Use a digital thermometer that registers skin temperature changes to compare the temperature of a volunteer student smoker before and after one cigarette. So they
Temperature
want you
before and after.
to they
Well,
want
first
you
of
to let
all,
a kid smoke, let him
yeah.
first volunteer the fact that he does smoke,
uh,
then make him go smoke. So that
That's,
you can do this test before and after. Or
and
I
you
guess if
also
no
need
one
to
in your
get
class smokes, like I guess you just have to make someone smoke. It's the
and you
only
also need
way.
a digital thermometer that registers skin temperatures. And they're not cheap. They're pretty pricey. And I
Yeah,
learned up above that I could get like a
how many
thousand
packs of
packs of
cigarettes?
cigarettes. So I would rather just get the cigarettes. So don't worry about it. All right, but now there's another activity they can do though, Jack.
Yeah, yeah. These are all basically you need someone in your class to smoke, and then we're going to test them. Does smoking cause the pulse rate to speed up or slow down? And they have a girl here who kind of looks like she's on heroin. She does not look like she's doing well.
Yes, she does look a bit strung out. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, yeah, take the pulse rate of a student smoker, volunteer, both before and after smoking one cigarette. How many extra times a day will your heart have to beat due to smoking? And then same thing, except how to find the answer. They got a formula this time. Subtract pulse rate per minute before smoking from pulse after smoking, multiply by
Yeah.
60 minutes, then by 24 hours.
Now,
So the real
an
danger here is
argument could
not
be made,
smoking, it's math.
but if my heart's beating faster, that probably makes me feel more alive. And it's probably strengthening my heart because it's getting
Yeah.
exercise. So
Although if this is like that Norm Macdonald joke, if you strengthen your heart
mm,
too much, then when it attacks you, it's got more strength.
that is, that is true. You don't want to be attacked by your heart. So yeah, then they have the answers like printed upside down, so you can turn the book around and see the answers and
Yeah. So
everything.
really, you don't need to make someone smoke. This thing will just give you the
Yeah.
answers, which it should have done all along.
Now we get to
Because how,
chapter
how do you
two.
take a kid, like a fourth grade kid, and be like, all right, who here smokes?
All right, we
We're
need
not going
someone
to
to
get you in
volunteer to
trouble.
smoke. Mr. Jank, shouldn't you smoke? No, no, no one should smoke. But one of you kids can volunteer to do it if you'd
Yeah,
like.
one of you has to smoke now to show everyone else why it's bad to smoke.
But I'll be honest, Jimmy, you look pretty cool with a dart in your mouth. You might want to give it some
He's
thought.
getting all the ladies.
Yeah. Suddenly, all the girls in class think he's pretty interesting. Chapter two, where there's smoke. And we get the big shot of Smokescreen. Now we see him in all his glory. He's still standing over
Hmm.
the KO'd storm.
He's
And
got a giant SS on his chest,
I
which
know.
unfortunate initials, but we do
And
like when they have the when they have the letters on the chest.
yeah, he's got like a white puff of smoke on his chest with SS in the middle. And if you squint, it kind of looks like the Nazi symbol as well, if you
Ooh,
squint.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
A little off
So
kilter, but yeah.
this is Smokescreen. And everyone's smoking here. All the bad guys, the Lex Luthor looking guy smoking a cigar. Everyone's smoking. And he's like, so like, honest boss, we had no idea we were followed. Obviously, but you were. And if our operation has been discovered by one super type, there may be others. We must make a change in plans. We can't take chances. Brett Jackson must throw the race. Lose on purpose? Boss, he'll never go for it. Our plan is working because the kid can't see what's happening to him. One bad habit leads to another. We got Carol hooked, and she got Brett smoking and hanging out, goofing off instead of training. But neither kid really understands. And Smokescreen is like, now they must understand. You must convince them or else. So yeah, these gambling types, they're like, you know what we got to do? We got to have a like a 6 month plan here.
Yeah.
Got to slowly. You gotta,
So that we
you
can
got
make a little bit more money off the like four dads that actually like gamble on this stupid high school
high
track
school
league.
relay race. This book's amazing. All right, so they go in to talk to Brett and Carol who are in there shooting pool, and they're like, hey, Brett, we've come to regard you pretty highly here, and we've done a lot for you. We'd like a favor. You guys are
We
tops."
let you play pool here all the time. Come on.
And Brett says, "You guys are tops. I'd do anything for friends like you." And he says, "It's simple. The smart money says your team will win. We stand to collect that money if you lose. Get what I mean?" And Brett, being the good chap that he is, says, "You want me to throw the race? Well, I won't do it. Gambling is illegal, and I'm making the right decision." that's that's how humans talk. And
Yep.
you guys aren't really my friends. You don't care about me. You're a bunch of hoods. Come on, Carol. Let's go. And then the Lex Luthor guy says, she stays with us to make sure you do as told.
Uh-oh.
And
Not
the
looking
other guy
good for
says, this ain't
Carol.
no game, kid. Wise up. But what happens now, Jack?
Well, here comes Spider-Man and Power Man. They come busting through the wall like the Kool-Aid Man. And
Yes.
Spider-Man's like, since this seems to be such a nifty hangout, we decided to crash your party. Hope you don't mind. And
And
Luke Cage grabs one of the guys' guns and just like squashes it in his hand, just rips it apart. And then Spider-Man shoots his webbing on a bunch of guys. Which sounds dirty when you say it
yeah.
like that, but that's what he does.
It's a,
Um,
yeah, they're like, because Lex Luthor's like, we've got to run. And the other guy says, run, where to? Spider-Man's weapon is everywhere. And then we just get a hard cut right to the track course again, where Brett is in his track outfit. And
yeah.
Carol's there, Power Man and Spider-Man. And Power Man's like, so when Storm didn't report in, we came by to take a look. That's when we found you two. But wasn't Storm still KO'd in the other room? Couldn't they didn't look too for it too hard, you know?
Yeah, unless Smokescreen took her, I guess.
And
Because he wasn't there either, so he must have taken her with.
Brett's like, I can't believe I trusted those goons. And Carol's finally trying
Like,
to
I'm gonna
take
start
responsibility.
training real hard, even though this track meets tomorrow.
Yeah.
And Power Man's just like, hey, don't overdo it. Like, you got to run that track meet tomorrow.
And we get a shot, like a montage of Brett working out, stretching, and throwing his cigarettes in the trash can.
Gonna fly now.
Yeah. And so the next day arrives, the day of the big track meet. And on your marks, set, kapow, go. And it doesn't look like
Mhm.
so much a starter pistol as like a, Saturday night special that you hold up a
Yeah.
liquor store with. It's,
Uh,
it's pretty
he just shot at a plane.
serious gun. Meanwhile, below the amusement arcade where Smokescreen operates an illegal sports casino. Oh, okay. So that was like maybe they're underneath, hidden underground in
Ah.
Spider-Man. They didn't understand. Smokescreen thinks everything is going perfectly. When this caper is through, I'll have enough money to control the mob sports betting scene. And from there, anything is possible. All you got to do is wait about, 35 years or so, and it'll all be legal. You can bet
Yep.
from the comfort of your home, Smokescreen. You can bet on
Just
all the
invest
relay
in
races you
FanDuel.
want. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Storm's just kept in a room somewhere. She just wakes up and says, "They left me alone." All right, and she uses a lightning bolt to knock open the door, and she just leaves. Not exactly a daring escape. She just walks out the door. And
Yeah. Turns out this is a pretty low rent operation. They really have no chance against someone like Storm.
you think Storm would just, unleash hell right then and there because she's
Yeah.
Storm. She could
Just call
murder
down
all these
lightning
guys.
storms. Yeah.
Yes. One gust of wind could knock them all unconscious. But she escapes, and now we go back to the track meet. And how's Brett faring in the track meet, Jake?
Well, he's kind of struggling. He's in second place, but he's losing to a white guy of all things, which. That shouldn't be
Uh,
happening.
so
So yeah, they're getting close towards the end, and he's trying to close the difference, but he's not doing it, and he loses.
yeah, he does
They
lose.
have a
And
surprise winner.
Power Man's like, "You're close, Brett. You gave them your best." He's like, "No, man, my best went up in smoke. I'm just a second stringer."
Yep.
Aw, poor Brett. Learned a hard lesson. Learned a hard lesson. And
No
then
Olympics for him.
suddenly, Luke, Spider-Man, because Storm comes flying in. Storm, we've been searching the whole city for you. What? No, you haven't. You've been at a
Except the
track
building that
meet.
you were in.
Uh, you're just hanging around at a high school track meet all day. What are you talking about? And she says, I was captured by some villain called Smokescreen. He's the one who is really behind the whole gambling operation. And he's probably like, oh, and he runs a secret gambling den under the amusement arcade, and he's trying to buy control of the mobs. So then our three heroes, they take off running through the park to get to the social club. And again, they bust through the door.
Yeah. That's
Although
what you got to
Spider-Man,
do.
I don't know, this is weird because like Luke Cage busts through the door, but Spider-Man's just swinging into the building somehow,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
Storm is
Maybe
flying.
he came in the window or something and swooped around.
So smoke screens there with all the goons, and there's a big fight. Luke Cage uses a pool table to pin the guys against the wall.
That
Storm
Lex
conjures,
Luthor guy is still there. So did like Spider-Man and Luke Cage not turn them over to the cops, even though they had
yeah,
them all webbed up?
they just
Like,
webbed them and left. Yeah, it's
oh
weird.
boy.
And then Storm conjures up a storm there, and people getting blown around, rained on. And then Spider-Man's chasing after Smokescreen, but he's making all a bunch of smoke everywhere, and Spider-Man can't see him. But unfortunately for you, I have my trusty spider sense. And
Yeah.
he doesn't have to see him. He just webs them right through the smoke. And then
The
he
way
adds
the
this.
smoke is coming off of him, it does kind of look like he's Pigpen from the Peanuts cartoon.
Yeah.
Just dirty.
Yeah, because it's not clear. Like we never get an origin. We don't know if this guy's a mutant or if it's a technology-based thing that he wears equipment that makes
Yeah.
smoke. No one knows. But he webs them and he says, "But I think you get the idea. Oh, and the reason I can breathe is that I'm wearing an oxygen filter under my mask, just like you." But Smokescreen's not
Yep.
wearing an oxygen filter. His mouth is open and his nose is open on his mask. He's not wearing any filter on his thing.
No.
It's all
Unless he's
very
got something like
strange.
up his nose, like a filter or something, but I don't know.
So, so the cops come, Spider-Man, Storm, and Power Man take off, and then they meet up with Brett, and the other kids are there, and the other kids are kind of being real jerks. They're like, "We all counted on you, Brett. We looked up to you, and you let us down." And Carol says, "You gonna let them talk to you like that, Brett?" And he says, "No point in stopping them. It's true." And Storm says, "Even if you're not an athlete, Carol, smoking affects you. Don't learn the lesson the hard way like Brett did." Brett says, "That's right. Now that I've seen the results of my decision, I quit staying out late and my other bad habits, especially smoking. I know the long-term effects of smoking, like cancer, don't show up right away, but shortness of breath and a faster pulse rate do. I don't blame any of you for being sore. I just want a chance to prove myself."
Oh.
Yeah. Empowerment puts his arm around him. He says, "I think Brett deserves at least that much." And Spider-Man says, "Yeah, after all, he helped us round up the biggest bunch of crooks the city has seen in some time." And then some white kid says, "Yes, Spidey is right. Brett has worked hard and he deserves a second chance." And then Carol says, "Welcome back, Brett, to the winning team." Carol, you're the one who took him off that winning team.
Yeah. This is your fault. You
You're the Delilah
Jezebel.
of this situation. What are we
Yeah.
talking about? And that's how the book ends. All right, so that's the end of the
Yeah.
story. But there's one more thing, Jank. Brian's decision.
Oh, yeah.
Walk us
This
through
is a
this
good
one.
one. So we got a dorky looking redheaded kid. He's apparently the new kid in school. He's walking up. And they're like, "Hey, look, it's Brian, the new kid at school. Let's say hi. Brian, come on, have a smoke with us." He's like, thanks, but I don't smoke." "Aw, come on, have you ever tried it? It's just one cigarette. It won't hurt you. We'd like you to be one of the gang." And he starts thinking, cigarettes are bad for you. Brian considers the facts and the decision-making process flashes into his mind. He gets in touch with his feelings and assesses his values. I would like to make some new friends at this school, but why should I have to do something I don't want to be their friend? If I don't smoke with these kids, they may reject or ridicule me. They'll think I'm afraid or unfriendly. But if I do smoke, I might not do as well at school sports, which is what I really want to do. What a nerd. Brian weighs the consequences and makes a decision. And then it says right in the answer you think Brian should give. And there's like a little text balloon there that you can fill in yourself with what Brian would say in this situation.
Smoke them if you
Yeah.
got them. That's what I think he'd say.
Just one? Give me the whole pack, bitch. Or maybe this is where he decides to, reveal something about himself and he's like, the only thing I'm going to be smoking today is your dad's pole.
Oh wow, it's like an unusual response, but yeah, perhaps. Yeah.
Yep.
So there you go.
Or you try some classic, the deflection. Hey, look over there. It's that kid with a stutter. Let's go beat on him for being different.
You really gave this a lot of thought.
I did.
So there you go, our best of Brian. But there it is. The are you more or less likely to smoke a cigarette now, Jack, from reading this issue?
I mean, I like to imagine Smokescreen got his powers from like a radioactive cigarette, like maybe it was some tobacco,
He
farmed
smoked
from
already.
Chernobyl or something like that. And so I'm gonna say smoking's cool now. I want to get those powers.
I probably won't smoke. I've never smoked in my life. I probably won't start now,
Yeah,
but
it's a little late in life to start trying it now.
I am going to start betting more heavily on high school relay races
Just
because
don't do it with dirty. Like you gotta stay away from the mob.
those kids are really easy to manipulate.
You can make them think they're your best friend just by being like, "Hey, yeah, come
Uh,
over here. You can play pool."
so all right, there it is. Spider-Man, Power Man, and Storm. Yeah, the art here by John Romita, it's not his best work, but it's fine. It's
Yeah, it's
fine.
perfectly serviceable.
And um, dude, the writing is dreadful.
Yep.
But
Storm is really sandwiched in there for no good
yeah,
reason. Uh,
yeah.
none, yeah, it wasn't a very exciting comic. Like none of the battles really seem to matter. Even Smokescreen just basically runs away as soon as the heroes show up. So I don't know, not much of a
Yeah, I
threat
really
there.
would have liked to learn more about Smokescreen. That would
Yeah.
have been helpful. But still, this issue is spectacular though, for many
I had a
reasons.
good time. Yep.
So I'll give it an 8 out of 10 on the comic book scale, the bad
I
comic book
agree.
scale. Yeah.
For Brian's decision at the end alone, I mean, come on, that's a classic.
So,
Get to write your own ending. How often do you get to do
uh,
that?
there you go. And again, please, if someone you know smokes cigarettes, have them listen to this episode.
Put them out on their skin. I mean, yeah, make them listen to this episode.
It will change their life. All right, so next week here on the big show, I like
Apparently,
three
will not
con
be super gorillas.
no, it's not going to be super girly, sadly. But I had like three other contenders.
Oh,
Um, I could let you pick, but I forget what the other ones are, so I'm just going to go with the one I wrote down. So
okay. Makes it easy.
I should really consult my notes to make sure I remember what it is. But we're going to be doing Amazing Adventures, Volume 2, Issue 25 from 1974. Amazing Adventures 25 from 1974. This features Killraven.
Oh,
Have you ever heard of
Eric
Killraven?
Killraven, right?
Possibly. I have no
I
idea.
think that's his first name. Maybe I'm making that up, but
But he was kind of a big deal there in the 70s. He had a nice run on Amazing Adventures, and then he got his own
sure.
graphic novel. And our buddy Don McGregor was the author that really elevated him. And he writes this issue that we will be doing here next week. So we'll learn all about Killraven. This is a War of the Worlds situation. Like
Oh
some
yeah.
humans get together and try and fight back against the space Martians. They're the old aliens. So that
I would
is,
not fight back. I would just be like, whatever, I've had enough. Take
yeah,
myself out.
I've lived long enough to see aliens. I'm
Yeah.
cool.